So you guys have seen the Dr. Disrespect stuff, right? It is awful. So let's try to recap this story, okay? Dr. Disrespect, who is, how old is Doc? 42 years old. Was banned from Twitch. I guess it was 4 years ago now. And I remember when Doc was banned, I remember being like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen a company do, is ban someone for, at the time, what no one knew was any reason at all. They're like, what the, like, how are you going to ban the guy and never explain what it is? And what was weirder was Doc wouldn't come out and say it either. So yeah, it was just an odd thing. Now, what happened from there, it kind of just went away, right? Like everybody was like, all right, whatever, you know, and Doc went to YouTube and I guess things just kind of went on. And then shit hit the fan earlier this week when I don't know the guy's name, one of the Twitch employees came out and straight up said they banned Doc for sexting a minor. Crazy accusation. Crazy out of nowhere, out of left field from the top rope, just, here you go, hold that one 4 years later. He got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be, I think it's at B, could read in plain text. Case closed. That is insane. On the surface of it, you're like, what? No way. That can't be true. And then Doc responded to, you know, this guy, Jake Lucky, who, by the way, Jake's been covering a bunch of this stuff for forever now. Shout out to him. He said, Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. I didn't understand that response because it felt like he was very, very vague again. But you just got accused of sexting a minor, and you didn't say that you didn't sext a minor. If that's being said publicly, I've never seen any case ever where that's said publicly about you by someone that worked at Twitch, and you can't go, no, that's not true. I didn't ever sext a minor. I get he's trying to be like, well, there was no wrongdoing, and to double down on that, just so you know, they paid out the whole thing. We don't give a shit. This is the thing that I think a lot of people that I've been seeing talk about this are getting wrong. This is not the actual court. This is not a court case that we're debating right now. We are debating the court of public opinion. Whatever has happened behind closed doors, they settled it, right? There was a settlement between Doc and Twitch. That's been settled. The whole legality of things has been settled. We are trying to debate, what did you do? And morally, how do we judge that, right? That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about some behind the scenes. I can't talk NDA. Couldn't care less. What did you do? So that was weird. And so you kind of felt like, though, when that hit the fan, that this was not going to be the only thing you could say about that. Like, if you're Dr. Disrespect, you can't just say that and make things go away. That's crazy to just say that and be like, okay, there's my answer. So anyway, he followed up again. He said, listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can since this is the internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was, again, who cares about this? Elden Ring Monday. So this is the big part of this, right? Didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found. This, again, to me, when I read this, I went, this doesn't answer anything. This is not what you should say to an accusation of speaking inappropriately, sexting, whatever, with a minor. Looking at this as somebody that's like me, that didn't know the inner workings of this, that's two answers now where the skepticism goes, that doesn't sound like a good excuse and/or response for what's being alleged here. This does not cover what you've been alleged of. Right after that happened, this Midnight Society, which I guess is Doc's game he founded, parts ways with it. You're not involved with the project anymore. By the way, Doc's real name is Guy Bean. This is another interesting part. It says they are terminating their relationship with Guy Bean. So then Doc gets on stream this Monday, the 24th, and says this.
I think more importantly, we need to, when I say step away, I'm going to either have to relay this to the Midnight Society, but maybe I step away from there too.
This was interesting. He's like, oh, maybe I should step away from Midnight Society. They came out with a statement and go, yeah, we terminated him. To me, those things are completely different. How this is being handled, again, from Doc's side is interesting. It's like, oh, I'm going to step away, and they're like, no, we're terminating you.
Just completely remove myself from the scene. It's what I need to do. I mean, right? Take all the time you need, says Layer Cake. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Give me back my dog! Don't be a pussy. God damn it. I'm telling you, it's fatigue. It's tired. It's wanting to just kind of move away from the limelight.
You know what's really, really weird about this? Doc is like trying to stay in character while also doing like the, hey, I'm going to step away thing. But he's, under those freaking glasses, that man is, he's like doing the Dr. Disrespect character while talking about lightly or loosely what's going on. This is the weirdest thing ever to do. Take the wig off, take the glasses off and address this, or just don't stream and try to maintain the character while shit is spiraling. It's very odd, dude.
I mean, shit, there's 50 million other streamers you can watch right now. It's getting old, yo. What's getting old? Get the break. Respect it, Doc. Okay.
It's getting old, yo.
Appreciate that. It's getting old, you're not alone. That's not very nice. You don't like me? It's time to drive into the sunset, says Swervin. Oof, man, I like your style. It might be time to drive in the sunset, champs. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate all the commitments, the recommitments.
This was obviously clipped up, I assume.
Please, do me a favor. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you soon. Yeah.
That's awful. What are you doing? It's the lack of self-awareness that people like this, and I don't mean people like this like Guy Beam specifically, but him and streamers that are just so far in their minds above being a normal person, or they're so far detached from it that this is their response to stuff. One, again, it just looks guilty because any sane, normal person would take the wig off and the glasses and the whatever and be like, hey, we need to get serious for a moment. These are real serious allegations that I just did not do. And I will not have my name dragged through the mud based on a false accusation that could ruin my career, my family's life. Like, any sane person would do that instead of doing the whole yeah. Bro, what? So anyway, that is in my opinion, strike number 2.5 or 3 on the this is weird scale. You know what I mean? Like, you're not giving anybody confidence here in what the fans of yours, the people that look up to you, are supposed to believe really happened here. Then a report from Bloomberg drops, and I am not going to commit my money to Bloomberg, so I'm hoping that my man Jake Lucky got a lot of this. So this report from Bloomberg drops, where I guess a lot of and I don't know about a lot of, but more people came out with either accusations or corroborating the accusation of Doc sexting or speaking inappropriately with a minor from Twitch, like used to work there or still does apparently. And obviously those people have remained anonymous, but it says the reason for his banishment from Twitch were never given, but 3 people with knowledge of the matter said Beam was removed because he exchanged sexually explicit messages with a minor through the service's direct chat feature. He also asked a minor about her plans at the TwitchCon convention, according to 2 of the people, who asked not to be identified discussing such a sensitive matter. A complaint was later filed through Twitch reporting system, the 2 said. So, okay, now, the only thing at this point, when things are starting to stack up like I don't know how he hadn't done it already, if he was innocent and whatever, how you don't come out and say exactly what happened before this stuff starts coming out makes it look even worse. And the only way you could in some way provide some innocence here for Doc is if he was to say, okay, here's what happened. Yes, there was a back and forth with the minor. I did not know at the time that she was a minor. I did this unknowingly or whatever. That's the only way you can kind of go, yeah, oh, I mean, all right. Still, what are you doing? Still, like, granted, it's not pedophilia at that point, but it's like, you have a wife and children at home. You're 42 years old. Why are you in Twitch Whispers trying to get a hookup at TwitchCon? How do you not have any sort of moral compass to just not be an asshole to your wife again? But that's at the very least where you're talking, oh, I didn't know that this person was underage when I was speaking to him. Problem is, I haven't seen Doc say that, and he would have no reason at this point to not say that. Because everything is getting aired out right now, except for the actual messages, which I assume, the way the internet works, these messages are probably going to come out. And then Doc hits us with what I consider to be the nail in the coffin for himself when he tweeted this. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. Again, I can't even take the first sentence seriously. You did give us a filter for 3 days, and you can say that's because you had an NDA and yada yada. But that was broken the minute that guy said you were sexting a minor. That's the minute where it breaks. You don't give us the filter for 3 days, then come back and be like, hey, listen, what the f***'s up? You know, let's cut the shit. There's no filter. Dude, no, we're not buying this shit now. We're not buying what you're selling. Since I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility. We'll see. Which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we have made the painful decision to collectively have me step down. Again, am I crazy? Am I taking crazy pills? That wasn't a collective decision to have him step down. There was a post from Midnight Society that said they terminated their relationship with him. Not we as a collective decided it would be best if you stepped down. You got fired or terminated or let go. I don't know what phraseology, but that's not what happened. So again, the first paragraph of this is invalidated completely. There's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys. And you just, again, according to Midnight Society, lie in the first or third paragraph. Our team is full of incredibly talented people that have high caliber ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture that we have carefully crafted. Again, I don't know that was up to him. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly discussed or publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Oh, buddy, here we go. Were there Twitch whispers with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. He is absolutely fucked. Again, I'm not talking about court cases or legality or nothing. Those 2 or 3 sentences right there tell you everything you need to know about what's going on here. The first thing he said, and again, it's one of those like rhetorical questions that he's going to answer himself. Like, let me ask myself a question, then answer it to make me sound definitive. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. I saw a video on this. Charlie, my boy Moist Critical, said this is what the Predators in the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator series sound like when they show up to the house ready to do disgusting and ungodly, bury them under the jail things to kids. And Chris Hansen pops out and says, "What are you doing here?" Whoa, I was here to teach him a lesson. I was here to, no, we were just going to talk. There was never any intention. I was just here to show them what can happen when, you know, you give out your information on the internet. This is a learning lesson for them, and I'm hoping it's a good one. All right, see you later. And then they're tackled by FBI agents as they leave the house. That's the first thing they say. It's like Doc watched an episode of To Catch a Predator and went, very nice. Yes. This will go over well. What? These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. What in the fuck does that mean? How do you try to, like, that is the most I need to skirt my way of saying these were sexually explicit in any way I can. Casual conversations that lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. The knife in my hand leaned into his heart just a bit, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. Should we clarify that? No crimes were committed, and I've never met the individual. This is bad. It gets worse. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Couldn't care less about criminal charges and what you didn't do or how far it didn't go. We care about what you did do and how far it did go. I didn't send any pictures. I never met him, even though I planned to. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult. I mean, again, it just writes itself, dude. That's on me as an adult. Yeah, you were the adult in the conversation. Now, granted, I don't know. We have no idea what these messages said, how old this individual was, but it's not, you just can't, this can't happen. You can't do this. With all that being said, don't get it mistaken. Okay, here's the tough guy talk. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows where I stand on those things with those type of people. That's a different level of disgust. That's a different level of disgust. He's only the Doc is only like the small level of disgusting. This is a different level that he's going. He's talking about the really bad ones, you know? He's just the semi-bad. He's not the final boss in Midnight Society. He's the entry level guy. Don't be labeling me as one of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the out of here with that shit. Again, you don't get grace in this situation, Doc, because you've been the least transparent about what happened, and we don't know what was said in those texts and how old this individual was. How are you going to start pointing the finger at the people? Now, granted, people online can take things to a ridiculous level and whatever, but you can't point the finger at people accusing you of doing the thing you did and exaggerating when they don't know what the level of exaggeration even is. They are saying the thing that definitionally you have engaged in, which is sexting a minor. That's not an exaggeration. That's what happened. So to point the finger at people and go, yeah, don't be doing that to me. Don't be exaggerating who I am like I'm some bad person, like I'm a PDF file, like I'm a predator. You can't do that. You're the one that engaged in this. Not the people pointing the finger and saying, hey, adults shouldn't be doing that type of shit. You shouldn't be speaking to kids sexually in any manner ever. There's nothing that Doc has said here credible at all. But what I think I've said I needed to say regarding the ban itself, that's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said this. I wish I could have said all this sooner. I highly doubt that you wish you could have said this sooner. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore. That was your choice. But just so you know, you've always been greatly appreciated. To all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Again, this is not what you do after saying what you said. If Doc had come out and 1000% proclaimed innocence and showed that the things that he was doing was a misunderstanding, or again, he had no knowledge of the person's age, even though, again, you shouldn't be doing that at all, but this would obviously make circumstances different. You can say something like, you can't admit to what's being alleged and then come back and go, yeah, to all y'all bunch of haters out there, I don't give a fuck about y'all. All y'all that live on the internet like I did for my entire career, y'all are a bunch of haters. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, oh God. It's just pretentious. It's just an individual essentially saying, yeah, okay, whatever. Shit don't matter to me. It's over with legally. So I'm just going to do whatever. And to be honest, Doc is such a major superstar that he will probably come back and be just fine streaming. Because this is the internet. And it is the court of public opinion. And while a lot of the internet, this thing got 93 million views. Good Lord. While a lot of the internet will look at Doc for what this clearly was, a disgusting act of a man that I don't even know what to describe the thinking behind it. To be, one, an adult, be a 42-year-old adult. Again, we all we have to go on right now is that he knew this was a minor that he was trying to speak sexually with, and then to end it with, they want me to disappear. Yeah, right. It reads to me like the rallying cry of Ryan Garcia, of like the very much conspiracy-driven audience that lives on the internet. That's what it reminds me of when you say something like that. And again, I'm going to be dead honest with you. It's going to galvanize people. to Doc. They want to cancel me. Well, sorry, can't do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going to be when he comes back. They tried to cancel me, but I'm back. For me, a mistake is I cut you off in traffic, and flipped you off, and I feel bad about it. And at the next light, I roll my window down. Hey, sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have done that. It was an emotional thing. I was just trying to get to where I was getting to. This is and that's a terrible example, but I can't even think of an example that fits this. This is a terrible, terrible, disgusting, purposeful act. Like, you did this on purpose. I couldn't give a fuck about the age of consent in this conversation. I could not give a shit. Because at 16 or 17, hell, at 18, for me, a 42-year-old man talking to someone that's still in high school like that, there's no moral compass in my head that goes, yeah, that's okay. It's wrong. It's disgusting. I don't know what other superlatives I can use. That's just what it is, man. Comment section, let me know what the hell this is, what happens from it, what you think about the situation. Quite frankly, I think the answer is pretty simple. Everybody is I think in agreement that this is bad and wrong, but I don't know that it really is going to change anything for the Doc. I honestly think he's going to come back and he's going to do what he does, and everything's just going to move on. But I can't in any way, shape, or form say this was anything but disgusting. It was bad.